Yesterday morning, 10:46 a.m. Eastern, came the news that the Raiders are waiving linebacker Tanner Muse. Then, 1 hour and 14 minutes later, the perils of the scheduled tweet. Noon, Labor Day. Hey, we're good to go. Tanner Muse birthday. Let's go ahead. Locked and loaded. Happy birthday, Tanner Muse. Oops. That tweet, by the way, was quickly deleted by the Las Vegas Raiders media team. So, no happy birthday for Tanner Muse. Happy birthday, get the hell out of here. And then comes the tweet, if they were to do the things that other teams do, where they say, thank you for everything. That always drives me crazy. They cut the guy, and thank you for everything. Look, I think they got the news out there early on Monday in the hopes that someone would try to trade for him. They did that with Rodney Hudson. Remember, they were cutting Rodney Hudson. Oh, no, maybe we'll trade him. Even if you get a conditional 7th-round pick, it's still something. They got nothing. He was officially waived yesterday. Chris, third-round pick, never played in a regular season game, and gone. Third-round pick in 2020, out the door for the Raiders.
Yeah, I mean, third-round pick, like another disappointment, like from Clemson as far as a draft pick too. I mean, 2019.
Got to get those Clemson and Alabama guys.
Number 4 pick, Colin Farrell. Like, right? I mean, yes. Listen, there's been some questionable draft picks by the Las Vegas Raiders the last few years. Certainly, they've had some late round and mid round, like Max Crosby and Hunter Renfrow, where you go, wow. But some of the top end guys have been less than. And this certainly would be one of those guys. You know, I think everybody was shocked because it was like, oh, he's getting starter reps and things like that through training camp. Well, obviously they weren't.
Up.
Yeah.
Pump him up.
Pump him up.
Pump him up for the trade.
But obviously they weren't happy because all we've been hearing from the Raiders over the last, week or so is linebacker conversation. And then what do? They signed Denzel Perryman. Then they signed KJ Wright. Obviously, there was an issue there at the second level of the defense that they did not feel comfortable with Tanner Muse. And they cut the cord and moved on. I'll give them credit for that. The fact that, a lot of the times with a third-round pick, teams are stupid and stubborn and will hold on to the guy just because, hey, he was a third-round pick, and we're going to prove to everybody that this was okay and this was a good pick. And then there you are 4 years down the road, and you're going, damn, that guy still hasn't done crap, and he's taking the roster spot. At least they ripped the Band-Aid off and moved on. I'll give them credit for that. But, yeah, this is a thing with the Raiders right now. It's hard to get a feel, Mike. You tell me if you agree with this. Like, really, what direction the Raiders are going in. It's hard to get a feel for their team and exactly what the end-all, be-all vision is of their football team as we sit here, going into the 2021 season.
Yeah, you're right. There's this sense that just kind of spinning their wheels in mud, and that if they try to focus on improving one area of the team, another area of the team suffers for it.
Yeah, right.
And look, I agree with you. I'm a firm believer in admitting your mistake when you make it. You compound it by doubling down. If the guy's just not working out, he's not working out. And it's in no one's best interest at that point to continue to force it just to justify the decision that you already made. You only make it worse. But it's happening too often. And look, Paul Guenther was the scapegoat last year for the Raiders, the defensive coordinator, thrown out the door late in the regular season. There were rumblings that Mike Mayock was going to be gone. I think he's the scapegoat this year. John Gruden's running that show. You can give out whatever titles you want. John Gruden is running that show. John Gruden is making those calls. John Gruden is picking those players with input from Mayock. So if one of them goes not the right way, it's Mayock's fault.
100%.
And even if it's Gruden, even if Gruden said, I want that Tanner Muse, I like his style or whatever. I wish I could do a good John Gruden. It seems like everybody except me can. But even if it was Gruden, Mayock's the one who's going to be hung out to dry for it. Mayock is the one who's going to be gone after this season. Mayock recently said how important it is to get to the playoffs this year for him and for John Gruden. Far more important for Mayock than it is for John Gruden, because Mark Davis isn't firing his buddy after this season. But Mayock will be gone if they don't make it to the playoffs, I predict.
Yeah, I'm not going to disagree with you there. I mean, just the way the things look, on the outside looking in, yeah. If things don't go well this year, that's what I would envision happening too, that Mike Mayock would be out of there. Yeah, and he's in a tough spot. You're right. He is. There's a lot I respect about Mike Mayock. I think, he's got great football intellect. He's got a good eye for talent. Man, I heard him for years and agreed with a lot of the things. But, yeah, at the end of the day, Gruden's making the call, and you don't know who's really winning those battles, as far as if there is down between two guys. All we know to this point is you've had the Clelin Ferrells, you got Damon Arnett, you know, we got Abrams, who's been good but not quite to the capacity that I think everybody thought he would coming out of Mississippi State at safety. He's been hurt. He's been a hothead. All those little issues there. I stopped it.
Short.
You got
stop short.
I know. You got Alex Leatherwood, of course, this year as a first-round pick that a lot of people are going to have their eyes on. So they got some guys where you just go, wait, this is a big year. I mean, Henry Ruggs. I mean, so far, hey, look, how can you be happy with that from last year? He wasn't as good as CeeDee Lamb and Justin Jefferson. I know that. And he was picked before them. So there is a lot of, we got to see more from top-end picks of that Raiders organization if they want to be better and if they want to save Gruden and Mayock's job.
Hey, let me tell you this. I don't know very much about scouting talent coming out of college, but I would never be the first team to draft a receiver in any given draft. Because that first guy, for the most part, it's a tough mantle to carry into the NFL, especially with so many great receivers. Now, it's one thing if it's just a Larry Fitzgerald or a Calvin Johnson in a given year. Now there's so many. I'm not the first one in the pool drafting receivers. We saw Henry Ruggs, much better production after him. And this year with Jamar Chase, there's a chance there's going to be much better production after him. I just think given the dynamics of the receiver position nowadays,
it's scary.
That's a risk you don't want to take.
Yeah, no, it's a good point. You're right. It is. And yeah, they need these players to come through. That's the only way to say it. New offensive line. Offensively, you can look at it and go, wait, I can get behind that. They seem like they're going in the right direction. Defensively, it's still like, hey, wait, we're in year 4 here, and we're still kind of building that side of the ball. It's just like ever since they couldn't re-sign Khalil Mack, it's like they haven't been able to find their way on that side of the ball. It's just underwhelming defensive line, no difference makers there. Second level, I mean, it's been 2-3 years in a row where we're talking about trying to get linebackers in there. Corners of young talent where you're kind of just waiting for, wait, come on, just be a little bit better and we'll be a lot better on defense. There's talent there. They just got to, get polish and not make so many big mistakes and big moments. But, yeah, the defensive side is what's concerning. And especially as we know, in the AFC, it's extra concerning because there's so many good offenses and so many good quarterbacks, not only in their division, but the whole conference. And that's where it just doesn't seem to set up well for the Raiders.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.